can't have a triumph without a trial. Your current circumstances are preparing you for the blessings that are coming. Stay patient, stay faithful, and keep moving forward. God's plan is bigger than this moment. Stop worrying about what's in your way and start focusing on who's leading you. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead is working in your life. If He's for you, nothing can be against you. Have you ever felt like you've hit rock bottom? Like every time you take one step forward, you get pushed 2 steps back. I know it's frustrating, but let me tell you something, Nee. Setbacks are not the end. They're just setups for a bigger, better comeback. What you see is failure. God sees as preparation. Sometimes life knocks you down so you can get back up stronger. Think about a slingshot that has to be pulled backward before it can launch forward. That's exactly what God is doing with your life. The pullback is necessary for the breakthrough. Don't let the temporary struggle make you forget the permanent promise. When you face a setback, it's easy to feel defeated. You start questioning yourself, wondering if you're even capable of achieving what you set out to do. But don't let those doubts creep in. God wouldn't allow you to face a setback unless He had already prepared a comeback. He's building resilience in you, making you stronger for the blessings ahead. Every successful person has faced setbacks. It's a part of the process. The difference is they didn't give up when things got tough. They kept going, trusting that the setback was just a stepping stone. You need to have that same mindset. Don't see it as an obstacle, see it as an opportunity to grow and learn. Remember, God uses setbacks to redirect us. Maybe you were going down a path that wasn't meant for you, and He had to close the door to open the right one. Trust His redirection. It's not punishment, it's protection. He's steering you towards something better. The greatest comebacks happen when you least expect them. Stay faithful, stay committed, and watch how God turns your setbacks into victories. He's not done with you yet. When life gets hard, it's natural to focus on the problem. You see the bills piling up, the relationship falling apart, or the opportunity slipping through your fingers. But here's the thing, God doesn't want you to focus on the problem. He wants you to trust the process. The problem is temporary, but the process is shaping you into something eternal. The process isn't always easy. It's uncomfortable, it's challenging, and sometimes it feels unfair. But that's where growth happens. Diamonds don't form without pressure, and gold isn't purified without fire. The process might feel painful, but it's necessary. God is refining you, molding you into the person you need to be to handle the blessings He has for you. It's easy to get frustrated when the process takes longer than you expected. You pray, you work. And you wait, but nothing seems to change. That's when you have to remind yourself that God's timing is perfect. He's never in a hurry, but He's never late. He knows exactly what He's doing, even when you don't understand it. The process requires faith. You have to trust that God is in control, even when everything around you feels chaotic. Faith isn't about having all the answers, it's about trusting the one who does. Let go of the need to control everything and let God do His work. Sometimes the process involves letting go of things you thought you needed. It's hard to release what's familiar, but God can't give you what's next if you're holding on to what's past. Trust that He knows what to remove and what to replace. So instead of focusing on the problem, focus on the promise. The process might be tough, but it's leading you to a place of victory. Trust it, embrace it, and keep moving forward. We've all been there, rejected by someone we wanted approval from, turned down for an opportunity we thought we deserved, or left out when we wanted to belong. It stings, doesn't it? But let me tell you, what feels like rejection is often God's way of saying, that's not for you. When man closes a door, it's because God is preparing to open a better one. You see, rejection is not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's a form of protection. That job you didn't get, maybe it wasn't the right fit, and God has something better waiting for you. That person who walked out of your life, maybe they were never meant to go where God has taken them. Stop chasing what's walking away from you and start trusting what's meant for you. Rejection teaches you to let go of your plans and trust God's plans. We often think we know what's best for us, but let's be real, our vision is limited. God sees the bigger picture. He knows what's ahead, and he's not going to let you settle for less than his best. So when you face rejection, don't take it as a defeat. Take it as divine redirection. Sometimes rejection is a test of your faith. Will you trust God when things don't go your way? Will you believe in his promise even when the path gets tough? That's where your faith grows. Rejection isn't the end of your story, it's just a chapter. The next one is being written by the one who knows exactly what you need. Here's the truth, not everyone is meant to be part of your journey. Not every opportunity is meant to be yours. When God says no, it's because he has something greater in store. Rejection is his way of clearing the path for your blessings. Stop looking back at closed doors and start looking forward to the ones he's about to open. So the next time you face rejection, don't get discouraged. Instead, get excited. God is protecting you from what's not meant for you and preparing you for what is. Trust the process and remember, rejection isn't failure, it's divine intervention. Listen, there's one thing you absolutely cannot do: stop. Life will throw punches and you might feel like giving up, but you have to keep moving. Faith isn't just believing, it's action. God can't work with you if you're standing still. You've got to take the first step, even when you're scared, even when you don't know where it'll lead. When you stop moving, you're letting fear win. Fear is a liar, and its goal is to keep you stuck. But God didn't give you a spirit of fear. He gave you power, love, and a sound mind. That means you have everything you need to take that next step. It doesn't have to be a leap, just a step. Movement activates blessings. Think about it. When the Israelites faced the Red Sea, the waters didn't part until they stepped forward. They had to move in faith before God performed the miracle. The same applies to you. If you're waiting for everything to be perfect before you act, you'll be waiting forever. Start where you are with what you have. When you keep moving, you're showing God that you trust him. You're saying, I don't know how this is going to work out, but I believe you got me. That kind of faith moves mountains. It unlocks doors you didn't even know existed. But you'll never see those doors if you stay in one place. Don't let obstacles stop you. Challenges are part of the journey, but they're not the end. Climb over them, go around them, or push through them. Just don't stop. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to where God wants you to be. Remember, movement isn't just about progress, it's about faith. God is with you every step of the way, but you have to take those steps. Keep moving and watch how he shows up in ways you never expected. Let's talk about timing. We live in a world where everything has to be instant results, instant success. But God doesn't work on your timeline. His timing is perfect, and sometimes that means waiting. And let's be honest, waiting isn't easy. But trust me, it's worth it. When God makes you wait, it's not to punish you, it's to prepare you. Maybe you're not ready for what you've been praying for. Maybe the blessing isn't ready for you. Either way, God's delay is not his denial. He's aligning everything perfectly so that when the time is right, it'll all fall into place. Waiting teaches you patience, and patience builds character. During the wait, you learn to rely on God instead of your strength. You learn to pray harder, to trust deeper, and to grow stronger. The waiting season isn't wasted, it's a season of growth. Embrace it. It's easy to get frustrated when things don't happen on your schedule. You see other people achieving their dreams, and you wonder, when is it my turn? But the comparison is the thief of joy. Focus on your journey and remember, God's plan for you is unique. Your time will come. God's time is like planting a seed. You don't plant it and expect fruit the next day. It takes time for roots to grow, for the plant to mature, and for the fruit to ripen. The same is true for your blessings. Just because you don't see it yet doesn't mean it's not happening. So stop rushing God. Trust that He knows what He's doing. His timing is never early, never late, but always perfect. When the blessing comes, it'll be right on time. Fear is one of the biggest enemies of progress. It whispers in your ear, what if you fail? What if you're not good enough? What if they laugh at you? But let me tell you something, fear is a liar. It wants to paralyze you to keep you from stepping into your destiny. Faith, on the other hand, says keep going. God's got you. So which voice are you going to listen to? Fear thrives on doubt. It makes you question your abilities, your worth, and even God's promises. But let me remind you, God didn't bring you this far to leave you. He has equipped you with everything you need to succeed. Fear might try to block your path, but faith bulldozes right through it. When you let fear take over, you're telling God, I don't trust you enough to handle this. That's not what faith is about. Faith is stepping out even when you don't have all the answers. It's walking in the dark, knowing that God will light your way. Don't let fear convince you to stay where you are. Move forward in faith, even if it's just one small step at a time. Fear will always be there, but you have the power to overcome it. Think of the countless people in the Bible who faced fear. David stood before Goliath with nothing but a slingshot and faith. Moses faced Pharaoh with a stutter and a staff. They didn't let fear block their faith, and neither should you. Faith is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you push past fear and take a step of faith, you're building spiritual strength. That strength will carry you through challenges and prepare you for the blessings ahead. Don't let fear win. God has not given you a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. Fear is not from Him, and it has no place in your life. Stand on His promises, push past the fear, and let faith lead the way. Let me be real with you. Too many of us are out here waiting for the world to validate us. We're waiting for someone to tell us we're good enough, smart enough, or talented enough. But here's the truth. Your value doesn't come from people. It comes from God. And He already stamped you with approval the moment He created you. The world's approval is fleeting. One day they'll cheer for you, and the next day they'll tear you down. If you base your worth on what people think, you'll always feel like you're not enough. But when you understand that your value is God-given, you'll stop chasing validation and start walking in confidence. Think about this. God made you in His image. That means you're already equipped with greatness. He didn't make you to be ordinary. He made you to be extraordinary. Stop doubting yourself and start seeing yourself the way God sees you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. The opinions of others don't define you. They didn't create you, so they don't get to determine your worth. People might not recognize your value, but that doesn't diminish it. Gold doesn't lose its value just because someone doesn't know its worth. The same applies to you. When you know your value, you stop settling for less than you deserve. You stop accepting toxic relationships, dead-end jobs, and anything that doesn't align with God's purpose for you. Knowing your value allows you to set boundaries and walk away from things that don't serve you. Your worth isn't up for debate. It was settled when God formed you. Walk in that truth and don't let anyone or anything make you question it. You're valuable because He says you are, period. The enemy will do everything in his power to derail you. He'll throw obstacles in your path, stir up doubt, and try to convince you that you're not good enough. But here's the good news. The enemy doesn't have the final say. God does. And if God started something in your life, nothing can stop it. When you're walking in God's purpose, attacks will come. That's not a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that you're on the right track. The enemy wouldn't bother you if you weren't a threat. Take those attacks as confirmation that you're moving in the right direction. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Notice it doesn't say the weapon won't form, it says it won't prosper. The enemy might try to block you, but God has already made a way. He's gone ahead of you, clearing the path. Trust that he's got you covered. The enemy thrives on fear and lies. He wants you to believe that your situation is hopeless, that you're alone, and that you'll never make it. But those are lies straight from the pit. God's truth says you're victorious. You're never alone. And you can do all things through him who strengthens you. Don't waste your energy fighting battles that God has already won. The victory is yours. You just have to claim it. Stand firm in your faith and don't let the enemy shake you. Remember, the same power that defeated death is working in your life. Let's be real. We all have a plan for our lives. We map out where we want to be, what we want to do, and how we want things to turn out. But more often than not, life doesn't go according to our plan. And that's okay because God's plan is better. It may not look like what you imagine, but trust me, it's exactly what you need. God's plan isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it takes you through valleys before you reach the mountaintop. You might not understand why you're going through a tough season, but God knows what he's doing. He's working behind the scenes, aligning every detail perfectly. You just have to trust him even when it doesn't make sense. We like to have control, don't we? We want to know the next step, the timeline, and the outcome. But faith means surrendering that control to God. It means saying, I don't have all the answers, but I trust that you do. Let go of your plan and make room for his. Sometimes God's plan requires you to let go of things you thought were good for you. That can be hard, but remember, he never takes something away without replacing it with something better. When you let go, you make space for the blessings he has in store. God's plan is bigger than your vision. While you're focused on the here and now, he's looking at the higher picture. He sees the detours, the delays, and the challenges, and he uses them all for your good. Trust that his ways are higher than yours. When life doesn't go the way you expected, don't lose hope. God's plan might look different, but it's always perfect. Trust him with your journey and watch how he turns every twist and turn it into a testimony. Let me clear something up. Just because you have faith doesn't mean you won't face struggles. Faith isn't a free pass to an easy life. It's the anchor that keeps you steady when life gets hard. Struggles will come, but with faith, you'll come out stronger on the other side. Struggles test your character. They reveal what you're made of and where your faith truly lies. It's easy to trust God when everything is going well, but what about when the storms hit? That's when your faith is put to the test. Will you cling to him or will you let fear take over? Faith doesn't remove the challenges, it gives you the strength to face them. When you lean on God, he gives you the courage to keep going, even when it feels like everything is against you. He never promised a life without struggles, but he did promise to walk with you through them. Your struggles have a purpose. They're not random. They're refining you. God uses every trial to shape you into the person he created you to be. The fire isn't meant to destroy you. It's meant to refine you, to burn away what doesn't belong, and to make you stronger. When you face struggles, don't ask, why me? Instead, ask, what is God teaching me through this? Every struggle carries a lesson, a blessing, or a preparation for what's ahead. Trust that he's working everything out for your good. Faith doesn't eliminate the storms, but it helps you weather them. Hold on to God's promises and know that he's with you every step of the way. The struggle may be real, but so is his strength. Life is full of distractions, from social media to societal expectations. There's always something trying to pull your focus away from what truly matters. But if you're going to walk in God's purpose, you have to stay focused on the bigger picture. Don't let temporary distractions derail your eternal destiny. Distractions are designed to keep you stuck. They make you focus on what you don't have, what others are doing, or what's going wrong. But here's the thing, when your eyes are on the distractions, you lose sight of God's promises. Stay focused on what he has called you to do and let the rest fade into the background. The bigger picture is about more than just you. It's about God's plan for your life and how it impacts the lives of others. When you stay focused on him, he gives you clarity and direction